Okay, fine. So let's start today's session. So last time we discussed about input tag in one attribute. Attribute name is type. Okay. Attribute values like text, then radio, checkbox. Okay. So text, radio, checkbox, password, etc. So these are values. Okay, these are values of type attribute. When you write input type is equal to value, then displays particular element on web page. Okay, apart from type attribute, there are attributes which are specific to a particular type of controls. Following table shows its attribute names and its description. Okay, first attribute we already discussed. It describes the type, that is it describes the name of the control like text, radio, etc. Then next attribute is name. Okay, each input field must have a name. Okay, so these are attributes. See, type, name, max length, size, check, and value. We already discussed first one, right? Now next is name. Each input field must have a name. The name attribute is a user defined value. If the name attribute is not specified, the data of that input field will not get submitted. So name is very important to handle information. Okay, to handle unique information as well. Now next attribute is max length. This attribute is used with text and password type, means related to the text field, single line text field. Okay, as well as for password field. It specifies a maximum number of characters which can be entered in a text or password box. For example, if I write max length is equal to 8, then users are able to enter only 8 number of characters, maximum 8 characters, okay, in that field. That is a password field, or we can say text field. Okay, so how to implement these attributes? By giving space. Okay, see here, I will show you into text editor, notepad application. First line is doc type declaration, HTML. Fine. Directly form name is equal to form1. Fine. Method is equal to, method equals to post and angle bracket close. Now first name, so enter first name, enter first, or enter name only. Okay, enter name colon input type is equal to text. Okay, name is equal to, how to use name attribute? By giving space. Name is equal to t1. Okay, so it's a user defined value. T1 is what? User defined. There is no any type of meaning, right? T1 for to identify individual field, individual object on form, right? Because text field element, right? Element of what? Element of form object. Now I'm going to add br to break a line. The next part is, for example, I'm going to add ct. Okay, enter ct colon. So fine, there are only two text boxes and there is a button. Okay, input type is equal to submit. Okay, input type is equal to name is equal to, again same, submit. and value is also same. Okay, so these are three elements inside a form, and now I am going to close this form object, closing form tag. If I save, HTML, fine. Inside form concept, form 4 is there. Okay, if I double click on that, then display output on. So how to use max length? Now I am going to add max length equals to 8 characters. Okay, if I by giving space, if I save this, and execute on browser, then display exact output. When user enter in that field, then user only enter 8 number of characters in that field, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Okay, he cannot enter more than 8 characters. Okay, fine. So this is about max length. Now another attribute is size. The size attribute can be used with text and password type. It specifies the width of the text box. Okay, if a developer wants to add width of particular box, then this is a perfect attribute. Size equal to, can use 30. Okay, in case user wants full name. Okay, then if I refresh it, then displays, see, it displays width. Okay, it increases the width of that box. So size value is, that is number. Okay, numeric value. Now another attribute, that is check. The check attribute specifies the default selection for options in a checkbox or radio buttons. This is related to particular checkbox. Okay, so now if I add specific element, okay, for example, select your favorite color, select your color. Okay, and if I enter input type is equal to, everyone knows about radio, it is used for single selection. Name is equal to R1, value is equal to rate, and you have to write red text outside of that field. Okay, paste, you can use enter. Okay, R1, and instead of red you can use another color, that is a blue. Assume that there are 3 colors and you have to choose your favorite amongst 3. Okay, I'm going to add BR. This is just example to understand how to implement check attribute. So I'm going to add in radio. Okay, first radio having check, CHECKED. So it shows what? Default selection. Okay, if I refresh, if I execute this page and refresh over it, then display what? Default selection to red color. Fine. So in this way you use this for radio button, as well as you can use for check boxes as well. Okay, simply you have to write check, there is no any type of value. Now last attribute is value. The value attribute can be used with text, checkbox, radio, submit or reset. Okay, when used with text type, it specifies default value in a text box. Okay, when you put type is equal to text, then value equal to something inside that double quotes, something you put inside value, then displays default value, okay, to particular box. And for checkbox and radio, it defines value which is sent on submit. Okay, so how to use value? See, we already use this type of attribute, okay, in several tags. That is a in input, okay, in case of radio button, in case of submit button. Okay, see here also, here is also value. In case we talk about submit button, then this is also, there is one value is equal to submit. Okay, so this is value attribute. Now, so these are different type of attribute which is supported by input tag. Okay, so that's it for today's session. Thank you.